All right. Yeah, I'm live streaming YouTube. I better close it though, because it really drives me crazy. So, anyway, welcome to Thursday practice, 10 a.m. Thursday practice. Wanted to give a little bit of orientation this morning, just working through the core premise. Yeah, it's always good to come back to it, and it's all inside of the lens of passion, and this is what you love. And what we look at is like in passion is, am I being passionate? Am I going for what I love? Or am I passion free, passionless? And so if there's passionless, then it's like, oh, maybe I'm angry, I'm frustrated. It's not in love, it's in anger, it's in hate. And purpose is living, it's the action, it's the be, do, have. How am I being? What am I doing? How do I bring my creations into experience? How do I have them? And so we can be purposeful, which is an intention, a focus. All of these take intentions, or purpose-free, which doesn't take any effort at all. That's what we do anyway. And I think passion free is what we learn, because what I say is that there is only one person who is always right, and that is you. And it is me. Like when you think about it, it's like, I'm going to fight to be right. That is all of our patterns. And so what we look at is like, what am I fighting for? And if I'm not fighting, then I'm running away from something. I'm avoiding something. Hello, fear. Fight is fear. It's from scarcity. And so then, like with scarcity, there's not enough. I have to hold on to it. I'm going to lose it. And so we look at like, how do I avoid losing it? How do I avoid scarcity? And how do you avoid scarcity is by creating scarcity. And this steps into the power because of just our environment, our society, our structure that we learned as a child was that we are powerless to this environment. And we teach this over and over. And this is giving our power away into scarcity. And it is just a pattern. It is a choice. And it is a choice of a child. That when we learn it, understand it, see what our patterns are, we can go to the source, remove it, and boom, take the action for what we truly want. Means that we can live through our power, for our purpose. And power is your creative power. It's your attention. It's your focus. It's your laser. What are you putting your attention? What are you putting your emotions? What are you filling time and space with? Because I have my time and space and I'm filling it with my intentions and my feelings. You have your space and you're filling it with your intentions and feelings. And then we interact out there in the world. And when we can all go for a true choice of what we would really want from abundance rather than scarcity, go for abundance, can we really learn how to get it? And I notice everyone's starting position is from scarcity. And so I was looking at the scarcity, looking at abundance, and I was just recently working through noticing how words have feelings. And so the first thing that is like, not to forget the first rule, to not forget the first thing is that you will fight to be right. And our awareness can be on, what am I fighting? Why does it have to be this way? And then why am I trying to be right? What am I trying to prove? Because this is how we unwind these patterns. And then there's processes, all sorts of processes in here. These are the practices that I'm teaching you here on these Tuesdays and Thursdays of how to notice it and how to get out of them. And one of the first ones, the easiest ones that I work with for you to feel it is to notice your starting position. Because you can only be in one in the moment of now. but you can choose either one at any time. And what I was working with just a few moments ago, and I'm going to work here 18 for about 18 months, I was really working, and I didn't know it at the time, but for the last 18 months up until I was working on my, probably down to my 4-year-old self, my ego, I would call it. And then I really stepped into the emotions, and I was able to go farther backwards, all the way back, and just see what patterns did I, like, what were my starting patterns? Like, what did I experience? Because it all started with, like, from our lineage, from our history, from our survival of our ancestors. There's information in the seeds of who we are that's passed on, that we learn how to survive. And that is why we can transfer so much knowledge so much quicker. So there's a field of information that comes in with this, with the cells of who we are, the sperm and the egg. Epigenetics, the study of epigenetics. And so we then we're building all this. And so it's like, what I was wondering with, as I went through my experience with it, if you will, it was like my visualization of it, my intuition, like walking me through it. And it was like, what was my first pattern out of the womb? It's just a speculation. I asked, it's like, what one is there for you? And it takes a little, like, to quiet the ego mind, drop in the heart. And I teach you that into here, is like to get into innocence and no sense. I'm working with your self-conscious right now, your ego brain, just to tell you, like, what I went through, so that we can, so you can step in and experience for yourself. When I went back to it and I said, what was the first thing I learned? What was there for me was taking something and saying mine. Mine. And I just felt how good that felt, how proud I was of that. It was like a win. It was like everything. And it's like, wow, that is my pattern. When I get my business, when I get my money, when I get my career, my job, my education, when I get this, all these things, when I get that, it's mine. And then I'm going to hold on to it. What happens is, when I get mine, it's like I get bored with mine, and it's like, I don't want that anymore. Now let me go get a new mine. More, because I had that good feeling, and then it goes away, and then it's like, well, shit, I need something else. Do you see how I'm giving my power away to what I have, the material? And then I'll be happy when I have my 10 million. Then I can do what I love. Then I can be free to be happy. And that is just to see where we're giving that power away. And then I thought, it was like, wow, I could see where in my stuff do I go, like, oh, there, it's mine. It's like, I want to be mine. And that was what I was fighting to be right for. And so what I had to say, it was like, oh, and then I went through, like, I wonder what were the next ones that I learned. And I broke it down to about 5 different ones that were obvious for me, right? That were there, that I thought of, maybe 3. But then it was like, so if it's not mine, or sorry, so if it's like mine, and then there's another one, like, then it's not mine. Oh, that opened up a whole other resistance, blocks, limitations. It's like, oh, then it's not mine. What does that mean? What does that feel like? Ooh. Jealousy, anger. I can see myself crying and throwing a fit, right? Trying to get my way. And so it was like, oh, look, it was like not only mine, but then it's not mine. And it's like, those are the two that are real core for me. And then it's to discover which ones are there for you. And the process to, like, let it go is to allow, to teach ourselves to allow all the things that we don't want to happen, all the things that we're avoiding, all the fear, all the things that we're afraid of. And this is a very powerful, focused practice But there are ones that are much more effective. But part of what I'm working with here today is for you to feel the sensations, the difference, the communication in your body, so that your ego mind starts to say, oh, there's something here. I need to pay attention to this. This is true. If it is for you. And so what I love to work here is like, my intention, did you see the prover come out there? My intention. My intention is to teach people how to produce a 500% return on their time. And I'm in 15 minutes with that. And what that means is, like, for me, it's like $15,000 in 15 minutes. And so when I say that, you are going to go into two places. You're either going to go into abundance, which is curious, like, whoa, what is that? I would like to know that. Oh, like curiosity into abundance. And there's other people that go to fears, like, no way, that's not possible. Can't have it. And that's the limitation. Both of them are just to notice, like, which one was your starting position. Because you will probably go to abundance for a while, but then you're going to come back to the scarcity, because that is the pattern that we have. That's the pattern we know. That is the pattern that has kept us safe. Doesn't mean it's right. It just means that it's your pattern you're going to fight for. And what happens is that our mind, our unconscious, which is just on autopilot, which is responsible for 95 to 99% of our life, and we're unaware of it. So we're really only aware between 5, more like 1% of our awake, of our every moment. And you're like, well, yeah, I could see that, or not. And it's a degree, right? I mean, it's a degree. People find themselves in different locations of them. My aim is for people that are not in the abundance. That's what my offer. That's what I'm working with. And those in abundance is like we are creating. And that's where we're going. Yeah, but there's not a lot of us there yet. And that's my intent, is to build our community so that we're creating, and we learn how to do $500 or $15,000 in 15 minutes. It's like, oh, we remove the limitations and we go for what we want. And so in this is the letting it go, allowing it to be there. It's anything that you have resistance to, anything that you can't allow, anything that you won't let happen, that is in this scarcity, you have to experience it, let it be, let it happen, so that you can let go of that story, of that feeling, so that then when you see all the other possibilities you have, because here you're just locked on the possibility that you are, and when you can see everything else, and you say, oh, I'm free to choose which one is aimed, like which one is more peaceful, joyful. Obviously abundance, but we don't start there. And then we go into the abundance side, which is always the opposite of what we're avoiding. And when, like, we go through a black hole, pop out on the other side, and it's like, oh, this is what I want. And we can have a lot of resistance to what we want because we have expectations of what it would be like, yeah, when we have it, which is another way we give our power away to the future, because we don't have it yet, which is a powerless structure. This is all about how we're orienting to our life, powerful or powerless. What creator are you? And so, like, if we think of a scarcity, I'll think about the one that there, like, I don't, like, abandonment, don't belong. Kicked out, rejected, not allowed to contribute, to be part of the team, excluded. Yeah, just listen for your instrument, listen to your emotions. And what age are you that is having this resistance, that is not allowing, that is not belonging, that is alone, that is abandoned? And what's happening? Just feel, visualize. What is this child saying? What are they afraid of? Yeah, alone, being left alone. Now just imagine this little child and just allow, like, go with them, step down this little child with love and joy, and just ask, what do you need? Just allow it to happen. Allow all the things. Imagine if they all left. You're standing there alone. What would you come to realize? Yeah, you realize you're not alone. And when you realize that, then you realize you can create anything. You can have it any way you want it here. So rather than so much focus on alone and not belonging, not and avoiding and trying to fit in, it's like, well, where do you belong? I do belong. I am enough. I am not alone. But it's like, oh, it's like we're together. Good. It's like, oh, there. And just notice what you notice now. How does it feel here? What are you doing? How do you know that you have this? Where do you have this now, and where can you have more of it? See, bringing that laser focus in on what you want. This is how you do it. Let go of that resistance, superconscious, just letting out all that resistance that you wouldn't allow. Now that you allow it, you allow all the other possibilities that can be there. Now it's there for you to choose off the menu. Which one do you want? And then it's like, lay it out there. It's like, that's what I'll have. And then give it fuel with your emotions. And that is how we let go of what we don't want to step into what we do want. And so then we'll just, we'll step into, because we have this, let's go into, this is called a double bubble. Double bubble process. And what we'll do is just tie a recode into this. And just think of a situation that you've been avoiding, that you don't want to happen, that you've been resisting. Just some people close their eyes and quiet their head, drop into their heart. And with no judgment, it's just like, oh, what am I resisting? Maybe I'm resisting health, good health. Maybe I'm resisting. I don't want to be broke, right? Broke. It's like, if I was broke, what would people say? If I didn't belong, what's the worst that they could say about it? What would everyone else say? What would I say about it? What would be the worst thing that would happen? And just to notice that you will resist this. This is your ego. It's unconscious. It's it's the ego. It's a self-conscious that is saying, you can't let that go. This is what has kept us safe. This is my view of the world. Superconscious, you see the beliefs, the emotions, the civil wars. Oh, I want to belong, but I want to be healthy, but I want to be successful, but yeah. What beliefs about the world? Superconscious, just grow this child younger, go to the pre-words, go to the earliest moment where this decision was made. Right before that choice, now choose what new do you choose? Wonderful. And in this, just choose, I choose to be a powerful creator. There we go. Superconscious, tag and treat all the emotions, the beliefs. Massive transformational recoding all of this stories, these beliefs, these emotions out of the way. As a powerful creator. I'm not good enough. I don't belong. I'm not worthy. Good. Now, as a powerful creator, how do you want it to be? Superconscious, do you see any of the expectations, the out of alignments, the ego, the validation, the success? Like, has to be this way. Anything that is not a true choice, tag and treat, all of that. Just do a massive change history on the beliefs that when you have this, how it will be different, how it'll change. Superconscious, all the emotions of pride, win, success, belong, have, do, be, win. Superconscious, just do a massive change history as a powerful creator. It's like you can choose, you can pick it off the menu, what you want. Superconscious, do a massive change history on that. Thank you. Now just come into the middle, the center here, and just notice that you have on your left side this bubble of everything that you resisted, everything that you let go, you couldn't allow. And then on the other hand, the right hand, this bubble is you have, this is all that you want, your success. Now just grow both of those bubbles together, up over your arms, up over your elbows, your shoulders, as they come together, just see how they, two separate bubbles and how they may resist. Now they, one big bubble around you. And it's these two aspects of what you wouldn't allow and how you wanted it to be, how let them to introduce each other, combined, meet each other, release each other, just realize that they're the other half, and bring them all into the center, into the middle, all into one where you're at now, and just notice, well, how it's different. Notice all the room that you have between the two sides. How does it feel now? What is different here? And as you look forward, look out, it's like, what do you want? What is abundance? How do you know you already have it? Superconscious, how can you have more? As a powerful creator, what would you create it? How do you want it to be? What would you be doing? And just allow it. Be it now. Superconscious, just be it now. You can have it all now. Yeah, superconscious, just feel that abundance compared to scarcity. Yeah, just know that difference. Superconscious, just stretch those out as I am abundant. I am powerful. Take and treat all the statements. I will. I am enough, worthy, perfect, unique, special. I am a miracle. Superconscious, thank you. Tag and treat all the aspects. Just notice what's different. What went away? What did you experience? Type it in the chat. What showed up for you? This is how to let go of things that are controlling us, that are running our lives, things that we don't want in our life. It's like, this is how we get out of them. This is the slow way. This is the one way. Well, sorry, that we did with the first demonstration, but with the recode is the fastest one. And it moves the biggest amount out of the way quicker as you build your skills of noticing and changing your patterns. And this is how we change our life. This is how I have learned to change my life. To focus rather than scattering all my energy, focus it as a laser into power, into purpose, and into passion. So that I can see our limitations, which can also be our expectations, and remove them and say, look, we can go for more. This is what's keeping you back. Let's move that pattern out of the way. This is how you do it. Not that you are powerless and need me to coach you to like blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you are powerful. You need to see for yourself. You put in the time, the effort. I can't do that part for you. I can show you to the door. You have to turn the knob. You have to walk in or you walk away. It's your choice. All I say is like, how is it working? Do you have what you want? If you don't, and most don't, then it's like, oh, we should try something different. Try something completely opposite, completely different than what you think, because you will fight to be right. And when you notice that, you'll notice that your words have feelings. And when you notice that your words have feelings, it's like, oh, I need to start building my purpose habits, my power habits, my passion habits, so that I can be who I want. I can be my true nature. I can love the life that I live, and that I can be authentically alive, healthy, and vital. That is a 500% ROI on your energy. Especially if we stop the ones that are causing the dysfunction in our life and replace them with ones that work, because we have those too. We have also dysfunctional patterns as well as successful patterns. That's a little bit deeper. You don't trust me yet on that. So that's a more advanced process. Tremendously powerful. We'll get there. And when you do a recode, you for yourself can experience it. And that is what I'm working here with each of you, is to get you to the point where you are comfortable doing recodes on me to start with, so that you can feel what it's like to be a client and to be a coach. Because you are powerful. And it's your genius that matters, not the outcome. Because the outcome and the obvious action is what's needed. It is what's required. We're just not listening to it. We like to make it harder, tougher, more difficult, because then it's valuable. It's worthwhile. So let's do the hard work rather than making it easy, light, and fun. ELF, easy, light, and fun. $15,000 in 15 minutes. That's easy. That's light. And that's fun. Oh, it helps with abundance. Helps with curiosity. Helps with wonder. Helps with passion, purpose, and power. So that's for today. Wonderful. Thank you for being here. Hope that practice was helpful. That is letting go. I call that letting go. It's part of the wisdom process. We didn't step into the wisdom process, but it was a double bubble recode. Double bubble recode, which is a double bubble recode, which is what we did. We stepped into the end result of like what we resist, stepped into what we want as a powerful creator, recode the two, bring the bubbles together, and just notice what's all possible now. So with that, have a wonderful week. I look forward to the business group that we talk on Fridays in the afternoon. In the next couple of weeks, I've got some scheduling interruptions I can't get out of. So I'm going to have to rearrange these sessions a little bit. So for those of you that are looking to join live, I'll do my best to announce and change the things. I hate that I have to do it. And so thank you for your patience with me. And so in that, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.